It is a gorgeous day out here in my backyard today. It's about 50 degrees and zone 7B, and I'm gonna show you what we're doing in the garden today. So it's a beautiful day today and there's a lot to do, and what I'm gonna show you, I'm being stalked by my kids, if you can see right there. There's a lot to show you today, but what I'm most excited about is, ready, I bought myself another Greenstalk. I already have one that I bought at the end of the spring garden season because it was on sale. This one was a Black Friday sale, and that's pretty much what I got. The 5-tier original with some things that I needed for my original garden, my original Greenstalk. I don't plan to use this right now, but I'm just excited that I use it. And can't wait. So yeah, my two Greenstalks are right here. This is the original that I just showed you guys, and this one right here, the green writing, is the leaf planter. So I'm storing them here for now in my shed until spring. So I'm glad I received. So today's video is actually very simple. It's just going to be a layout of my backyard space since I got it cleaned, and I'm talking about spring gardening for next year, and just talking about what I plan to do, and also thank each and every one of you that has commented on my backyard space and how nice and beautiful it is. You've encouraged me to continue. So today is just a basic layout, showing you guys where it is, and then where it is in relation to my house and everything else, and just talk about what I'm doing right now to get ready for the spring, because that's where you can grow all the things. So therefore preparation is essential. So guys, this is the view of my backyard. So the house is right here. You might hear my kids. I have two boys right here. The shed that I just showed you that I stored my Greenstalk is right here. This is a little playpen and areas where the kids play, and this is our pool. It's a square pool. It's really nice in the summertime, and we have a lot of trees and around us, so we're very grateful because it just makes it so beautiful. So on this side is where I have declared my garden space. So that's the gate to come into the backyard, and we have two nice trees. These are for privacy. They don't really produce anything, but it's really nice in the summertime that most of my crops actually are shaded by them. So I'm very strategic about maybe planting something right here in the middle. That way, I forgot what I had there in a pot in the summer, and it worked well because it was shaded by these two trees right here. This is my apple tree. I've gotten quite a few apples from this tree, and I'm very grateful. I take care of it in the winter. I'm getting ready to just maybe take off some of the branches or the remainder of these. You can see little apple bits that are still left. I'm trying to focus, but they're there. Right here, you can see it. So I tend to do that. That way, when we get ready for the season. And right here is the actual designated space, but I grow throughout other areas. Like I said, I grow in between these two trees that are really there for privacy, and everywhere else that makes sense. So I put these fences myself. Got them from, I think it was either Home Depot's or Lowe's, and it's just a way, because in the summertime the kids like to play basketball, whatever it is that they do, soccer, and I don't want the ball to go into my crops. So I've mentioned several times before that I do all types of gardening because I'm really in my experimenting phase. So this is the raised bed that I had someone built for me, and this is the in-ground side. What I'm going to do in the spring is have an earth raised bed. So because I think that I prefer that style better. I see it on other YouTube channels, and it really looks nice, and it makes more sense for someone with like a space like this. So I'm gonna do that. And this area, I have whatever it is that I'm working on for composting. I have my compost bag. I spoke about that last week. I'm actually getting ready to dump some more kitchen scrap in here. But this is left over from the spring garden. So as of now, we took all the leaves because we're basically getting ready for snow, even though this is a nice day. As you can see, we removed all the leaves from the grass so the kids could have, it's less slippery. We kept them in the garden area, of course, because that's natural mulching, but we removed them from the grass area. That way it's easier for us to get around, to maneuver. And if you're wondering what this noise is, the highway is behind that fence right there. So but I've tuned it out. I got so used to it that it doesn't really, like, it's part of being, it's part of urban living. So I'm grateful. And then this tree is another apple tree, but we might not keep it with the new layout because I get plenty of apples from this tree. This tree produces crab apples, and they are very small and very bitter. I mean, it's not even edible. And we've been here for about 4 years, so for about 3 years. So it's not, we didn't plant this one, so I don't know, I might not keep it in my layout. So speaking of spring, what I'm thinking about is having a greenhouse right here. It's gonna take some strategic planning and investing, but we're gardeners, we're urban gardeners, and it's hard to start seeding. It's hard to get ready for the spring season if you don't start indoor planting early. And I don't have a lot of space that have a lot of sunlight and inside my house. So I'm thinking about, and actually have contacted some contractors, because that is a DIY project, but we're not the people to do that. So yeah, that is a do-it-yourself project, but we're not the folks to do that. It took me forever to put up these fences, so I don't think we're the people we're skilled enough to do this. So this is going to be, like the raised bed, a job that I outsource. So all this to say, the best time to take advantage of, depending on where you live, of course, if you live in zones 8, 9, 10, if you're one of these lucky people that can go year round, I envy you. And maybe you can share tips, how you prepare for the longest growing season, right? Even though you can grow things year round, maybe there are some crops that you prefer to grow during the spring and summer, and not so much during like the winter or when it gets cooler. But here in 7B, or if anything, I think 7 and lower, it's really hard. You really have, and these are average, when we talk about zoning in the United States, it's average temperatures. So right now it's, it's 57 degrees right now. So we have these odd days, but on average it is cold, right? My crops have not survived. And one thing that I forgot to mention is that my fall crops, because I planted them I directly sow them in September and early September. They are struggling. I have chard, I have broccoli, and they're still struggling. And if I had an indoor space that I could have, planted them early, let's say early August or something like that, and transplant them in the ground or in the raised bed in the fall, they would have done a lot better. So part of my rethinking as a new gardener is to think about, what you want to eat, what you want to grow yourself, and then make sure you take all the precautions, all the calculations to make sure that you're successful. So if you are thinking about having a garden, a backyard garden, like I said, my thing is not very fancy. Let me show you again. Yeah, my space is it's not as fancy, it's not as big. It's really nice. I'm glad you guys like it. So this is my house, this is where I just showed you, this is the pool. So this is just the area that I choose to make it my area of growing food, my garden area. So and I do all types. I have pots, I have bags, I have raised beds, I do in-ground. But what I realized that I could really, really benefit from is a greenhouse, because I can store my plants. I can free my shed of items that I can store easily. It would just make sense to have that there. But if you don't have a space, that's like this, that's not as fancy or as nice, but you want to start, use Greenstalk, right? What I just showed, bags. I love these bags. You can use pots. I will be cautious of using a lot of pots because they can add up and take up your space. But if you do vertical planting with a Greenstalk, or something like to that style, like other vertical planters or big pots. But the point is to decide that you're going to do it and then do it. So yes, do it. Grow your own food. It's just nothing like eating foods, eating crops, eating fruits and vegetables that you grow. And I think your body, this is just my opinion, I'm not a scientist and just a gardener and a mom, I think your body recognizes it. Your taste buds, it hits differently. The things that I grow and when they're on my table, it just hits differently. So I don't know. But all this to encourage you guys to, if you have a garden, maybe start thinking about the spring, depending on your zone, right? And yeah, just think about growing your own food. If you like this content, please subscribe, tell me what you think. If you like my idea of, the greenhouse that I'm planning to have soon. And thank you for sticking around for my journey. If it's your first time, welcome. My name is Maudlin. I didn't introduce myself. I got so excited about talking about spring gardening. So yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Until next time, bye.